Hey all, this is Wendy Collette, owner-founder of Dry Babe, here to tell you the three most important things that you need to know about perimenopause. Perimenopause? What is perimenopause? Well, you've heard of its big sister, menopause, but there's not a lot out there about perimenopause, so here I am to tell you the three things that you absolutely need to know about perimenopause. The first thing you need to know is that it absolutely does exist. It's not in your mind, those things that you're feeling in your body, the fact that your body's feeling different lately, it's not in your mind, it is a medical condition. Perimenopause does exist. You know, it's funny, a couple months ago I was having lunch with my sister and a friend of ours, and the friend said to both of us, really out of the blue, apropos of nothing, you know, I only feel good now about 2 weeks out of every month. And my sister, who blissfully is not having any kind of perimenopausal symptoms, really had no idea what she was talking about. But I do. I understood in an instant what she meant. And it's kind of like, every month is kind of like a roller coaster, as it is for me, as it is for her too, and I'm sure for many of you. Where the minute your period stops, you start on the upswing, where you're feeling more energetic, you're feeling happy, things are going well, and that lasts for about, let's say, 2 weeks, and then you reach the top of it, and you start going down the other side, and things become a little more difficult, you get a little bit more moody, and that lasts until you get your period, and where things then even out again, and you're on the upswing again. So I just wanted to let you know that this is not all in your mind, that it absolutely does exist. So what is perimenopause? Well, perimenopause is a transition time for us women, and it can last from 8 years, it can last 10 years, or if you're lucky like my sister, it can last for about all of 5 minutes is what I predict for her as well. But it can last for a long time. And what is it? Your body is in transition. It went from your childbearing years to the next stage in your life, and it's that part in time where you're going through this transition. So what are the symptoms of perimenopause? Well, the most obvious are the changes in your menstrual period, and where you might notice that you might have been like regular Rachel at most of your life, and now all of a sudden maybe it's not so spot on the calendar that it used to be. You might be finding that your flow is much lighter, or conversely, but unusually, your flow could be much heavier. You could have been someone that had a flow for 5 days, and now it's 3 days. So you'll notice some changes in your menstrual cycle. Another clue that you're in perimenopause is something I alluded to, which is the mood changes and energy changes. And you know, we are very much what our hormones dictate to our body, and so we're going through some hormone changes. We have less estrogen in our body, and that affects our mood. So I find with the 2 weeks a month that I'm on my upswing, that my husband is the most wonderful man in the world, but when I'm on my downswing, almost everything that he does annoys me. And after going through this for a long time now, I have to come to know that it's me and not him, so I've had to accept that, that it's just perimenopausal me. Other things that happen is we're now subject to bone loss, because when there's less estrogen in your system, you're more subjected to bone loss. You might also find that you're having hot flashes and night sweats. You know, when you're just like, oh, you start sweating profusely and you just want to rip your clothes off. Or conversely, that happens at night where you're under the covers and you're just drenched and you're waking up cold, wet, and clammy. And that happens a lot too. And when it's happening at night, what you're finding is that you have all sorts of sleep issues, which is a topic for another day. But that's just another part of the fun of perimenopause. And so there's more symptoms, and I actually advise you to please do some research on perimenopause. But let's just get to the third thing that you need to know about perimenopause, is that there is help. I always advise people to go see their physician, because you need to get checked out. And you need to know whatever your symptoms that you're having, that this is just happening at a normal stage in your life and not something that's more of a medical issue. But with that being said, there are things that your doctor can prescribe for you to make it easier. Or there's some home remedies that you can try too. And it's just the 3 basics, which is diet and nutrition, exercise, rest, and relaxation. What you eat is important at all stages of your life, but as you're going through this transition, even more so. You need the right balance of nutrition in order to keep your body going and compensating for your changing hormonal levels. So Exercise, 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 so important. And one of the reasons why that's so important, because it keeps your energy up. So as you're on your upswing, that's fine, but on your downswing, wouldn't it be nice to even that out a little bit? And there's so much that you can do to help you do that. And along with that comes the rest and relaxation. Anything that you do that makes you happy. I take my little baby dog out for walks a lot. It's a lot of rest and relaxation. Yoga works. Meditation works for a lot of people. Whatever it does that kind of lights your fire, makes you feel good inside, will go a long way towards helping you through this perimenopause transition. Well, that's it for now. I'll see you next time. This is Wendy Collette of Drive Babe. Thanks so much for your time and attention. Okay.